And then,
Yeah, she just started.
okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 12 p.m. R9 Tech Bits mini series. These are just quick 30-minute short series. And today we're going to be talking about or learning more about, hopefully, Google Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the slideshow really quickly. So welcome. And we're going to be going over Google Classroom 101. My name is April Frost, and I'll be taking you through today's lesson. So let's get started. So some R9 TechBit mini-series outcomes: become more familiar with Google Suites and other technology resources, identify ways to utilize those tools in your work and in the classroom, and set up the new tools and make sure that we practice and play if we can. So what are some TechBit norms? Everyone participate, but you can always choose to pass. Be an active listener. Be open and honest. Don't be afraid to take risks and find connections among ideas. Above all, respect and appreciate and look forward to those different ideas and support one another. So we're all on different points in our journey. So we also have I've been on sessions where people add their own experience and they knew they knew something, more than I did. So, we kind of just all work together in these sessions. So I'm really excited. I have a special slideshow. I attended the R9 Tech Bits with Pear Deck, and they give a 90-day free trial. And so I've been playing with this a little bit. So if you guys can bear with me, we're going to be guinea pigs today and go through and kind of help me get through this as we learn together. So right now, if you go open up a new tab, and it's joinpd.com, and then copy and paste this code, we can all get into the Pear Deck session. And I have a question for you that is a little interactive. Your first student is connected. Ooh, goody. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start the class. And this slide is a poll, just a quick poll of where we are. 1 through 5, how do you rate your knowledge of Google Classroom? 1 being I know nada, and 5 being I am a master. And if you hover your mouse at the bottom, you should have some icons to play with, and you can use a pencil and a color to draw in or answer where you feel like you rate between 1 and 5 about Google Classroom. And let me know if you have any questions.
April, should we be able to see our markings?
You should be able to see your markings.
I see it on my screen, but not yours.
But not mine. Okay, so what do I need to do? Let's see, show responses. Ta-da! I was a bad teacher and I didn't, I had the responses hidden. I'm sorry. How's that?
Good.
Is this Kristen? Hey, Kristen.
Yes.
So Kristen, you answered 2. You kind of know about it. You know how to start one, get it started, and
yeah.
Okay.
Just don't know how to customize.
Just don't know how to customize. All right. Well, we'll work through some of those today. Cindy and April, how are you guys doing as far as getting into Pear Deck and answering? Good question. And I'm
Well,
just saying that.
I thought I was in and I thought I answered, so I don't know why.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, I wonder, hold on, no,
3
maybe
of
I-
3 responses. I just don't see any other. Let's see. Nope.
so maybe I'm not following instructions. We were supposed
No,
to choose
you're
it and then
fine.
what? After we choose what we're doing, then what do we do?
Is there a save or an enter anywhere?
Kristen, what did you do?
Yeah.
So it's funny because it's showing one of my marks, but I've made like 5 marks. And
Well,
I don't know. I've tried pressing enter. There's no submit button.
Oh, I
Right.
see. It's me.
Oh.
It's me. Look, check this out. Okay. So I'm sorry. That was totally me.
I made
So
a lot
this
of
is
markings, sorry.
Kristen's response. And then I have another. Oh, this is
Oh.
Kristen too. Because she's going cray cray. And
That would be
then,
me.
okay, thank you. April 5. Ooh, master, huh? Wait, yes, that's right. I always get him confused. Okay. Awesome. Hey, Cleo, how are you? Okay. So thank you so much for participating. So we kind of have a good group here. We have a 2 and a 5. We're kind of all over the place. Cleo, I was doing a little Pear Deck experiment with the slides, and glad you made it. But we're just doing a quick poll of how you rate your knowledge of Google Classroom. 1 being I know nada, and 5 being I'm an expert. So okay. So anyways, and see, this is where I get really confused. So let's hide my responses. And then, so for this activity today, we're going to be going, we're going to learn how to create a classroom. We're going to talk about codes, meeting links, and how to communicate with students in the stream. So I'm going to give a general overview. So a lot of this material you're probably going to be aware of, but I think there's some new features that are added in that we may touch on that you may not know about. So it could, be good. And step 2, general overview of the classroom, like I said, and then step 3, we want to practice and play together. And then we're going to jump back into Pear Deck after a while. And I have another question for you. And of course, at the end of each of my presentations, I have some videos that you can watch. They're real short, but they're helpful. And I definitely learned a lot watching those videos, and then my contact information. So I want to make sure. So I'm going to stop share that. And I'm going to go share my screen again and make sure that my sound is on, because I didn't do that before. And in my notes, I definitely have added some new features for Google Classroom that are hot right now, and some neat updates in Classroom. So those, if you need to go back to those, make sure that you access that on the agenda website or the web page of R9 Tech Bets. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So everybody kind of knows how to get to Classroom, right? There's several ways to do that. You can just type in the URL address. You can also go to your Drive, right? A lot of times I go to my Drive to start anything. I'm sorry, not my Drive, my Rubik's Cube. And you should see an icon that says Classrooms, okay? And at that point, it's going to take you to the Google Classroom screen. And of course, you can see all of the nice classrooms that we've created here at Region 9. What I did was I created an R9 Tech Bits mini-series classroom. So, but the way that you want to create a new classroom is you want to click this plus button, all right? And you can either join a class or create a class. And in this case, we're creating a class. And of course, the very first thing you want to do, this is required, is title it And I suggest you can break it down if you're actually teaching a class in rooms, you may need to break it down a little bit further for section, subject, and room, okay, to be organized. But in this case, you can just simply do class name and subject. Okay, and I've already done this, so I'm going to go into the classroom that I've created. And your homepage is going to look a lot like this. So the areas that you want to pay attention to, of course, you have your title on this side. You have a overall dashboard that will pop back out to get back to your homepage in your Google Classroom to access your other classes that you have access to real quickly. So it's a navigation toolbar on the left. And then you want to pay attention, of course, to these top navigation areas of stream, classwork, people, and grades. You also have a settings up here, and this is where you find all the back end stuff to kind of formulate or modify your Google Classroom to what your needs are specifically and what you're trying to accomplish. And then again, you have your Rubik's Cube where you can go in and pull in other information if needed. So I have a class code here. And if you drop down the 3 carets, I'm going to copy this class invite. All right. And then I'm going to chat that into the chat. And let's see if you guys are able to get into that classroom or see it shared with you and become students. And please let me know if you have any questions. So the class code is always issued when you create a class. And that's something that you can copy the class code, reset the class code, or you can turn it on or off. So there's a little bit of controls in that area, especially if you want students not to be able to get into the classroom at certain points. The other new feature that I learned about reviewing Google Classroom was there is now a Google Meet, and you can quickly generate a Google Meet. So you have live sessions with your students via Meets, okay? And you can always drop down carets, always check out your drop down carets. I'll copy, reset, or remove. And then there's a visible to students or not visible to students, and then you can save. I made it visible to students. The other area that you want to go to when you're working with Meets is go to your settings. And here you're going to have all of your general information that you've populated. But what you're looking for is this general section. And this is where you would manage your invite codes, and you can turn them on or off or reset them. Okay, so this gives you the invite link if you need to copy it again, your class code, and then you also have right now the class view is to display the class code. So you can turn that off or on and click on it. Okay, and you can also copy the invite link and copy and paste it in the chat just like I did. So here you have the controls over your different areas at the top navigation toolbar. Here's the stream. The student stream is kind of where you have that dashboard where you're communicating with your students quickly. And so you can have certain controls over that. Students can post and comment. Students can only comment, or only the teacher can post or comment. Okay, so again, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish, but just know that that is in that area. Classwork on the stream. You can show condensed notification of assignments that you've done. I like that. That way it's constantly being put in front of the student or your end users so they are reminded, because gosh, we have so much to do. You can hide your notifications and you can show the complete attachments and details. Now again, once you do that and it's not just the condensed version, it's going to take up more real estate, so just be aware. So here's another area for manage Meet meet links, classroom meet links. That's kind of a hard mouthful to say. Anyways, and I think I meet, and I'm thinking in my head, meet, MEAT. It's just weird. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. So the classroom meet links offer added safety. So you can, this is again how you would, there's also a button to learn more, but this is how you would modify whether this is visible or invisible, invisible to students. There's also an area for grading. So this is where you could overall provide a grade calculation for your classroom. And then there's different grade categories that you can do. So if you wanted to add grade categories, and Cleo, April, help me out on this. Would this be like just different subjects that I taught possibly? Or what would be a grade cap? Or is it like certain things that I am having students work on? What does that mean?
Yeah, I would probably
Okay.
do quizzes.
Okay.
Underneath that grade. And then homework underneath that category.
Okay. Gotcha. Quizzes, homework. Okay. So, and I'm just going to default 100 points. Is that okay? And then is there anything else that you guys kind of evaluate? Quizzes, homework, and like in class
Some
stuff?
people
I don't know. Questions maybe?
Participation grades, some give,
Okay, participation. That's a good one.
they can give project, exit ticket, bell ringers.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for those wonderful, real teacher, content. I appreciate that. Okay, so after I've tweaked this, you always want to make sure that you want to save. And it should take me back to my general dashboard, which it did. Okay, so we kind of gone through the settings. Now, if you want to change, and before I get into the top navigation toolbars, I just want to show you a little fun thing. You can customize your themes here. All right, so if I wanted to customize my theme, I can upload a photo. I don't really do photos. I would rather have it, or I can select a photo. So let's see what. Upload a photo, take a photo from you. See, I don't want to even do that. I don't like the upload photo. I want to do like a banner. If I created a banner, I would rather have
You can
that.
upload your own.
So if but it's not letting me go to my download computer or any other area of my computer. It's just in photos. I have to move that to photos. Do you get what I'm throwing down?
Yeah.
See, it's weird. Okay, maybe if I do this, select,
Because you have to open up the file and then drag it in.
Okay, I'm here. Hold on.
But
give
it's
me a
very
second.
picky about the size of it.
Really?
Mhm.
Let's see if that took it. Oh, I have to drag it in.
Drag it in.
Okay. See, I'm learning something. Where is it now? Where'd it go? You find something and then
There's
you
some
lose
banners
it.
right there.
Did it go? No? Oh, haha. Okay. So, well, you're laughing at me. You're like, Okay, so let's say select class theme. Yeah, whatever. It's not perfect, but it's something. And then you can select color themes as well. So I can also change my color themes. So let's go ahead and save that and see what we've done here. Awesome. And then it kind of changed my buttons and other information a little green, right? Cool. Very cool. So on your dashboard, you have a we've already kind of gone over that, but you have a way to announce something to your class. So if you have a way to communicate with your class daily, they're required to check in. They also receive emails since all of this is in a Google Suites environment and they have a Google account. So it does get to them as long as they're checking their emails. So, okay, back up to the top. So Stream is a great way to communicate with your class and to just have some banter back and forth if you need to, maybe ask a question or get some interaction in that manner. So classwork's really important. And this is kind of how you would structure it in your Google Classroom environment. And you really need to be strategic, and probably April and Cleo can answer to this a little bit more because they've created a lot of classes. But from my memory, when I did the, God, what did we do? Teacher Cadet. When we were building all those assignments for Teacher Cadet, I really had to be strategic as far as how I started and organized my material, right? And my content. Y'all are shaking your head like, yes. Yeah. So when you're creating assignments in classrooms, you want to make sure that they are in some sort of order, right? And relevance of or sections, if you would, of what you're teaching. Okay. You can move around some parts, but you want to think about that. And the other thing is that if you have content in there that your students need to make a copy for, you want to make sure that we get those pieces in place. Those are just some tips. So I have a few minutes left. And again, this may take us a couple of sessions because of the quick turnaround, but let's create an assignment. I'm going to go ahead, and there's lots of different things that we can create. Assignment, quiz assignment, questions, materials, and you can reuse a post or a topic. Now, if I was creating a topic, this would almost be like a chapter, right, you guys? And then, okay. So maybe I want to start with my topic first. And this is science or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. And so I'm created a topic, and you see it's kind of like my header, and I can always check my three dots. I can rename it, delete it, or copy the link. And then I want to create an assignment. Okay. So at this point, my assignment is, why is the Earth round? I can't type. Question mark. And then my instructions are watch the video and provide a brief summary about what. Ooh, there, it's a little slow. Okay. All right. And then again, you have your little tools here that you can bullet point and do kind of some and provide. See, this is why I have Grammarly. Okay. I love Grammarly, by the way. You can also, so this is the part where you want to pull in, you can pull in a doc that you want them to work on. So what if I have a doc that has questions? And this is what I was speaking to earlier, that when you pull something in Drive, like a Word document, you don't want them all typing into this Word document shared. You want them to create a copy of that Word document. So I'm going to pull in my notes. So this is the area that we want to do that. We want to specify. So the student at this point can view the file. And then the other choices are student can edit the file, or student can make a copy for each student. So if this is an assignment and they need to type on it, this is the one that I need to select. And then the other nice thing that I like to do, you can upload files, you can add links. I love this little YouTube button, but again, make sure that it's something that you can utilize in your school district, and then it's activated with your technology administrator, because not everybody can. Why is the Earth round? Okay, question mark. And you can pull in a fun video for your students to watch, quickly add it to there, and bada bing, bada boom, their you have it. There is also a way to attach item quickly from docs, slides, sheets, drawings, and forms. So maybe I have a list of links of videos that they need to watch, and I put them in a Google Docs, and they can access it from there. So any questions at that point? Nope. Okay. So over on this right-hand side, this is kind of where it gets nitty-gritty. So you can choose. Now, this is what's nice about Google Classroom now. Say I have multiple classrooms that I'm working in, but this assignment is so like universal, and it crosses bounds of, if I'm a smart teacher and I'm planning, maybe I have a little science in it, maybe I have a literature, maybe I have all these little common core things. And it's a great assignment for me to post across the board. You can post it to other classrooms. Or maybe I think it's a cool one that I think the teacher down the hall would like to use, Miss Smith, and I'm telling her, hey, check this out. So you can do that. Okay. The other thing is, so at this point, I'm only going to put it in our classroom, because I don't want to mess anybody else's classroom up. And then this could be all students, or I can specifically assign it. So if I have a makeup assignment for somebody or an employee, Kristen, I don't know, just saying, you could assign them specifically to that assignment. Okay. All right. Right now it's for all class. The nice thing about this, here's my category. Is it a quiz, homework, or participation grade? All right, I say it's a participation grade. And then I can adjust the points at this point. Due dates, bang in, I'm gonna put it like 2 weeks out, boom. Time optional, ooh, yeah, by 12 o'clock, you need to have it done. Okay, so it even goes down to time, which is nice. And then topic, I'm gonna place it under my topics. Now the topic piece is important, because if I'm working with a curriculum and I did that by chapters, so maybe you do all your chapters, you identify your topics first, and then you populate your assignments. Is that kind of what you guys would do, Cleo and April, maybe? Work it that way? Okay. And then if I have a rubric, this is where it's really fun. But I have no clue about this because I'm not a teacher, and I've never really played with it. So April or Cleo, rubrics.
Honestly, this feature is new, so that's kind of cool. So the whole rubric, and then there was also the checking for plagiarism little thing down there. That is new too. So that's kind of cool. I'd like to play with that.
Okay,
Let's
so
create
just
one.
be
Let's see.
okay. So
Click
we
on
can
create.
create okay, I can do that. So here you go. Use scoring is on. Okay, I can do descending or ascending. What would be a good title for this, you guys? Criteria or criterion, whatever.
Maybe
Title. It's just science. I don't know.
I might be looking for, grammar in their paper. You might be looking for, they hit the 3 points that you were looking for from the video. But that's the criterion descriptions. What you just said was grammar. So.
Okay. Is that okay? So I put grammar up here. So we're going to get through this. So, and then what do I need? This one, we're just checking papers. Is that what I put here?
Right. Just correct grammar.
Sorry. Okay. How many points are we attaching?
I don't know.
100? 10?
Say
I
10.
don't know. Okay, 10. Level title. What could this be used for? And then description. Grammar again? Oh. Or maybe it's a tier 3, or maybe there's certain levels of
Right.
where they should be performing at. Is that okay? Sorry.
Right. So I think that's where you're going to have, did they do a level 1, no grammar apparent, or 0, no grammar apparent, level 1, several mistakes, level 2. I
Okay.
think that's what they're looking for there.
Well, we're going to figure it out once we add the one, and then we'll go back and look what it has. So it may take a while to build these rubrics, but they're so cool. And then if you already have one uploaded in like a CSV or a Google Sheets, you can quickly add that in this way as well. And some curriculum already comes with rubrics. So as long as you have that CSV, it should be able to play.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's nice. Yeah. And this isn't required on the description. So I'm going to leave it blank for now. I'm going to check out. Okay, now. And then add. Oh, okay. So I can keep going. I can keep going. So maybe we do another one. I know I'm over, Cleo. I know. Okay. What did we say? Grammar. Do I want to do another one, or I just do grammar again? And then blah, blah, blah. This is required points, 10,
I don't know.
level 3. Okay. And then you could add a description. So on that, now here's the save button on the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and let's see. So right now I have that rubric 2. Oh, here's a chat. Sorry. I have to hop off. Thank you. I'm sorry, Kristen Mills. Thank you so much for coming. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. So you guys, checking for grandma around the earth. If I X out of this, I go back here. So I've tied that rubric that we just created to this assignment, and I'm going to assign. Okay. And at that point, do you guys want to try to play with that assignment if you're in the classroom? April, are you playing with it? You're kind of
I
concentrating, but
am.
okay.
So I get the video and then it gives,
Do you want
under
to?
the assignment, it's giving me the parts of the rubric. So we'll go back to your assignment so I can see it on your end.
Yes, ma'am. So watch the video.
Brief summary of what you learned.
Do you want me to go back to the view like this one?
I'm not seeing, oh, there's your work. Oh, okay. I get it.
But I've been very.
So I've assigned it to both. You're going to have to make a copy, and it's going to give you a copy of the notes, but maybe just type something in the notes and send it back. And I need to stop today's session, but we can continue on. And I'd like to kind of go through some more with Google Classroom as we move forward, because there's still just a way to, to provide instant feedback to your students. So there's a couple of fun ways for that and interact with them that I've learned about. So I'd like to definitely show you guys that as we continue on learning more about Google Classroom. Well, that is today's lesson. And thank you so much for joining. I'm going to go ahead and stop share and go ahead and stop the video and recording.